This is Mistur. Rick and I have been fostering, rescuing, and rehoming kittens for almost 2 years now. And Mistur was our very first little foster. This was him, the day we picked him up from the shelter. He was a bug-eyed little weirdo. Not the cutest kitten, but he had a hell of a personality, and we decided to adopt him. He was a foster fail, because we all fell for him, even Gary, in spite of this photo. He grew up to be a really cute, sweet, muscular, fun, smart boy who liked to play.
Oh.
Mistur was so great with all of our fosters. Just teaching them manners and being super sweet and helpful, which really made our job so much easier when we were a little bit overwhelmed. All the fosters we had always have loved Mistur so much. He's been so patient. Not until we moved to our newest apartment did we feel that Mistur really came out of his shell. It's like he realized that he was not a foster, because we took him and Gary and no fosters to our brand new place, and it's like he was like, wait, I'm a part of the family. Out of nowhere, Mistur got really sick. We took him to the vet, and after a brief test, he had such a high fever that we had to take him to the MASH emergency hospital. He was hospitalized for 24 hours, which cost us $2,000. And we had to take him home with a lot of medications. And after a week of not eating, we finally got him to eat. We've been giving him medications and sub-Q fluids, feeding him like this 4 times a day, as much as we could give him. He stopped grooming himself. He stopped socializing. He was barely reactive for a while. Eventually he came back out from hiding, and he wanted to be around us. After several trips to the vet and several different tests that cost a lot of money, the vets still didn't know what it could be. After talking to Susan, our representative from Kit Crusaders, she saw these symptoms of him struggling to walk, and a lot of things that she had seen before. He was declining. She gave us a lot of advice. We didn't want to give up on him because there were moments where he showed that he still recognized us. He still felt happy sometimes. There was still life left in him, and he was not even 2 years old. Susan told us about this medication that treats FIP, which is a disease in cats that's really hard to diagnose. FIP used to be a death sentence up until recently, where a medication was developed where you can not only treat your cat, but cure them from FIP. And why not try it to see if that is the case? Mutian is very expensive. But the very next day, we saw amazing results. Out of nowhere, Mistur had gone up onto the cat tree. We didn't know how he got there because he'd been struggling to walk. It was like he was a cat again. He was scratching, and he was finally grooming himself after 2 weeks of not being able to do so. He was so eager to eat, maybe a little too eager. And his eyes were like bright again, not half closed. They were full of life. After 2 days, he wanted to jump, he wanted to cuddle and play. He was just so much more like himself, and he seemed grateful to be alive. Oh, Mistur. Can you climb up there? Is it difficult? Oh, Mistur. Mistur. Oh, my baby. My baby boy. We had our old Mistur back. He's still weak, but he's getting better every single day, and he's eating and gaining back muscle. He wants to be around us all the time and cuddle and stretch and be around his best friend Gary. He wants to eat again, and he eats by himself. All of this is like a miracle to us after all this time. We would be super grateful for any help with this medication. We want to save Mistur and give him a chance at a life with us.